is Madara or Madara good or evil? Now, if you think back, the only reason he's doing all this is because in his mind he sees everyone not ever being together, because in his mind it's always going to be war. Now, you can say he's bad because of how he's going about things. That's what makes him bad. Like Toriyama said in the latest chapter, he said, what makes you the person that could change this world, or what makes you the guy that does the infinite Tsukiyomi and make everybody at peace. That part, him trying to control everybody, makes him a villain. But is his ideas and his goal really what makes him a bad guy? I don't think so, because he is right. There is always going to be war. There's always going to be a loser, and that loser is always going to come back and do stuff. If you think about Madara's past, his clans were going at each other. Then Hashirama stepped in, and he basically proposed that they start up a village. Now, when they started up the village, I think this is my opinion, I think because of how so much Uchihas died in the war between the two clans, there are more people on Hashirama's side than the Uchiha side. So I think that in the village, making the village, there are people who are on the Hashirama side that are saying, cast out the Uchiha, we don't want them here. So in Madara's mind, them putting Uchiha to the side and saying we don't want the Uchiha here, cast them out, I think that's what makes Madara say, well, since there's losers in wars, there's always going to be someone who retaliate, and that's what the Uchiha was planning on doing, and that's the reason why Itachi had to eliminate them. The Uchiha was trying to, fight back against the village and regain their throne, if you want to call it, because Madara was supposed to be the first Hokage. If you think back to old chapters and the flashback, he was supposed to be the first. So in Madara's mind, there's always going to be war and it's always going to be chaos, even though every village is together now to eliminate Madara. When it's all said and done, they're going to go back to fighting against each other because everyone wants power. So in Madara's mind, infinite Tsukiyomi is the best thing, because that's what's going to get everyone on the same page, a clean slate, everyone's going to be happy, no losers, everyone's going to be a winner, infinite Tsukiyomi. And everyone's kind of skeptical about it because we don't want you to control us, Madara. We don't want to be. We want to have free will. We don't want you to control us, and that's what everyone is revolting against Madara, and that's what I guess makes him a villain. But is he really a villain though? Because his ideas and the things he's saying make sense. There's always going to be war, and there's always going to be bloodshed. And he said in the latest chapters, the only reason Hashirama didn't succeed is because he uses war to get peace, and he says that's not ever going to accomplish anything because it's going to be more war, because it's going to be a loser. Now, people say that's contradicting. It is contradicting to a certain extent. He's creating all this war, and if he does succeed, there's never going to be war because he's going to be in the Tsukiyomi, and that's never going to be wars. Then that's going to create no more wars. But Hashirama creates war for peace, which is going to lead to war because of the losers. The people that lose in every village are going to try to retaliate, and that's going to create way more war. So, and that's what Madara thinks. So if he does war and creates infinite Tsukiyomi, there's no more war. But on Hashirama's side, there's always going to be war. So that's his whole idea. And does that make him a bad guy? Like I said before, the way he's going about it makes him a bad guy, but his ideas and stuff like that isn't really bad. If you really think about it, he's not really bad if you think about it. It's just what he's doing makes him bad. I'm gonna make a new other video to talk about the real bad guy, Orochimaru, the only guy that to me is the only legitimate villain in the whole series. Obito, you can call him a villain, but I put him under the same category as Madara, trying to do infinite Tsukiyomi, which is in reality, infinite Tsukiyomi is a bad thing if you think about what it is, but the whole idea behind it isn't a bad thing. To want peace, that's not a bad thing. How can wanting peace and everyone to be happy a bad thing? It's just that the way they're going about it is bad to some people. So I think he's a bad guy because of what he's trying, because of how he's doing how he's doing it. I don't think he's a bad guy because of his goals and his thoughts. I think the real bad guy is the one and only Lord Orochimaru. I'll put that video out later, guys. please leave comments down below. What do you guys think? Is Madara a bad guy or is he a good guy? You can even think about it as this. Think about it as this. Anyone who watches One Piece, who are the bad guys in One Piece? Think about that. Who's really the bad guys in One Piece? And if you can answer that question, then you can really think about it. Who's the bad guys in Naruto? So, in my opinion, it's really Orochimaru. And if you think about it, the world government is the good guys in One Piece. But then there's this whole backstory and stuff about the world government. But think about it. Who really are the good guys in One Piece? So please leave comments down below with your thoughts, guys. Please subscribe, like the video if you liked it. I'm Edman, and I'm out.